Hello. Today we will discuss about process strategy. Now, depending on the process strategy, many things changes. For example, there are steel plant who makes the blast furnace. From blast furnace they get the ingots. From ingots they make the plates or blooms. From blooms they make the billets, etc., and then from billets they make rods, etc. And there are other process of steel making, that is a continuous casting process. So you get the steel, you make the plates or slabs, from slabs you make the plates. So 2-3 operations are reduced, and each operation means you have to reheat in a very high temperature, maybe about 1100 degree or 1400 degree temperature. That cost huge money. So your choice of process in a small company or big company, it makes a lot of difference in profitability of the company. I am again telling you, unless the company makes profit, there is no justification of running the company. Close it down. Please close it down. Company must make profit. That is, when you read in a college, you must do good result. You must understand everything. So it's not that I will get a degree certificate. What is value of degree certificate has, unless you can use the knowledge in the field. Okay, so we will be talking about this process strategy in details in the following lecture. Process strategy, we will talk about it. Process flow diagram is important. Now, how you do it? You do customers, then customer sales representative, pre-press department, printing department, collating department, glung, bending, stapling, leveling, play wrap, shipping, accounting. Process strategies, 4 basic strategies: process focus, repetitive focus, product focus, mass customization. Process focus, it means facilities are organized around specific activities or processes. General purpose equipment and skilled personnel arrange high degree of product flexibility, arrange typically high cost and low equipment utilization, arrange product flow may vary considerably, making planning and scheduling a challenge. Repetitive focus. Let us consider automobile assembly line. Raw material, then produce, module combined for many output options. Process flow diagram, frame tip bending, frame building, work cell, frame machine, then engine and transmissions, incoming part, oil tank, work cell, stock and fork, handlebar, fending work cell. The other side is air cleaner, fluid and muffler, fluid tank and work cell, wheel work cell, etc., etc. There are 28 testing is done, and then the roller testing is done. Then actually the crating, that is, it goes for market if the material is ready. Product focus. Facilities are organized by product, high volume, low variety of product, long continuous production runs enable efficient processes. Typically, high fixed cost but low variable cost. Generally, less skilled labor is required. Product focus, bottling plant, many inputs and the output variation in size, shape and packing. Product focus, again it is showing some of the product. This is continuous casting sheared in 24-ton slabs. That is, it goes on producing the steel material, then you cut it into slabs and then you take it to the hot tunnel furnace, which is sometimes 300 feet. That hot mill for finishing and cooling and coiling. That means you start with the raw material and you get the finished product. Ladle of molten steel is put in the process in continuous caster and then it cast, and in the ladle the electric furnace and scrap of steel is given, then it is charged with graphite rod and very high voltage is given so that there is a spark and the raw material is melted. The ladle of the molten material is taken and this ladle takes it to the continuous caster. From there the steel comes and there is a continuous cast steel sheared into say 24 tons. Sometime it may be 5 tons also, 2 tons also as per requirement. In this figure it is shown as 24-ton slabs. Then it goes to the hot tunnel furnace, which sometimes is 300 feet, but there is nothing sacrosanct about it. Sometimes it may be 200 feet, sometimes it may be 100 feet, but normally it is quite long so that the hot tunnel, the material gets the proper treatment for further working. Then it goes to the hot mill for finishing and cooling and the coiling. Service blueprint. Focus on the customer and provider interaction, defines 3 levels of interaction. Each level has different management issues. It identifies potential failure points. This is very important. You must identify potential failure points because not all the time you will be successful. So first identify the potential failure points so that you take care and focus on the customer and provide interaction. Define 3 levels of interaction. Each level has different management issues. Okay? You just see the chart. I am not reading the chart. This is what I want to say. Then the production technology, machine technology, automatic identification system, process control, vision system, robot, automated storage and retrieval system, flexible manufacturing system, computer integrated manufacturing. Machine technology, before I say, I must tell you, sometime you may feel that these are far away from me, I will not require, but you will require. You must have idea and understanding of all the complications that the company may face, because then only you will be a good engineer or good manager in future. But if you think that this goes beyond my scope, I don't have to know, you are wrong. You may be doing a very little job, but you know the whole process. You must know the whole process. Machine technology. Why? What is important? Increased precision, increased productivity, increased flexibility, improved environmental impact, reduced changeover time, decreased size, reduced power requirement. These all are very important. Automatic identification system, improved data acquisition, reduce data entry error. This is a very important thing, because data entry sometimes, many times they make mistake, and because of that very big disaster happens. So next is increased speed, increased scope of process and automation. Process control, increased process stability, increased process precision, real-time provision of information for process evaluation, data available in many forms. The process strategy in operations management is very important. In operations management, a good process strategy will help your process to flow better, and this will have an impact on your overall operations management. When you are creating a product or a service, a good process strategy can hand you a lot of benefits. These would include cutting cost, because you are going to analyze all your different process in department. As a result of that, you will start to notice processes that could have run at a cheaper rate. It will also help you process to operate more efficiently than before. Taking a microscopic view on them, you will again help you noticing areas of inefficiencies that need to be fixed. Another important benefit is that it will allow you to create a cheaper product. Normally, when your processes get cheaper, your margin will improve and you can create product with more quality at a cheaper rate, and this will help you to gain market share. The most important thing is, as an operation manager, there are 4 basic strategies you can implement in your operations management to help it perform better. These are product focus, process focus, repetitive focus, and mass customization. These strategies can help you to improve your operations. As an operations manager, they can make your life a lot easier than usually is on a daily basis. You can see each in more detail. Product focus. To implement these strategies, your company's operation must be consistent and quality must be maintained at a high level at all times. It is a low variety, high volume process. Here, I like to say, when you buy a Sony TV and you run it for year after year after year, 10 years, 20 years, there is no problem. Now suppose at every 6 months you have some problem and you have to call a mechanic to fix it, what will happen? you will get frustrated and you will not buy Sony TV, you will buy a Samsung TV. Because Samsung TV, they say that you take it for 5 years, we stand guarantor, there will be no problem. This is because the product focus is there and there is a perfection in all the little things that they do, so that it goes to the whole world and there is no complaint. I have never heard any complaint about the Japanese TV product. Product focus. For this strategy to work effectively, department should be organized by product. The fixed cost for this strategy is usually high, while leaving the variable cost low. Process focus. This is when you are going to organize your production processes in such a way that the process are going to run in a low volume and high variety basis. Process focus. Additionally, this strategy is going to allow you to be more flexible. Because of that, the products can be allowed to move in different periods between the process. While, for example, the repetitive focus processes are more systematic and are done in a sequenced format. Repetitive focus. These facilities are normally organized in an assembly focus format. As stated before, it is less flexible than the process focused strategy, but can tend to be more efficient. Mass customization. This is identified as one of the most complex of other processes. You produce goods at a rapid pace at low cost to satisfy unique customers' desire. It is also usually seen as a flexible strategy and can help your operation to maintain efficiency. I will give an example. See, the vaccines made by the Covishield producing company, they are under so much of pressure that they have to do mass customization of their product line. Mass customization, in summary, by looking at all the strategies shown earlier, you can see there are quite a few important options you can choose from when thinking about operations management. For operations managers, it is important to choose the right strategy for your business.
A simple definition of the term strategy indicates these are ways companies achieve their goals. The word had been originally used in the military and more recently adapted for business. It descends from the Greek expression strategia, meaning generalship or commanding an army. Both armies and companies need strategies to use their resources in the most effective way and to establish a favorable position. Over the past 5 decades, the business environment has changed dramatically and continues to evolve at a really fast pace. It is also less predictable than ever before, which makes analytical reasoning and strategic positioning even more important today. Most strategies applied by companies that are successful have 4 elements in common. 1. They are based on goals that are simple, consistent, and long-term. 2. The goals the company wants to achieve have been formulated after a deep analysis of the competitive environment. 3. They objectively consider a company's resources and exploit them in an effective manner. 4. And finally, the people responsible for achieving these goals are strong-willed and have solid decision-making capabilities. Michael Porter, the American professor at Harvard Business School, who has influenced the business world more than any other academic and revolutionized the concept of strategy, says, "Strategy is about making choices. It's about deliberately choosing to be different." That's quite straightforward, isn't it? And yet so difficult to achieve. Thousands of companies compete for a place under the sun, but only few come up with original ideas and are different. Zara, the world's largest clothing retailer, is a typical example of how different strategies can lead to success. Founded in 1975 in Spain, the successful retailer now runs over 6,500 stores in 88 countries. Its founder, Amancio Ortega, is the third richest man in the world according to Forbes. So, what makes the company's strategy so successful? Zara changed the fashion industry by breaking up the biannual cycle of fashion. Its designers need only 3 weeks to have an item in stores, starting from concept to reaching the store's shelves. While other fashion retailers prepare their collections 6 months in advance, Zara locks approximately 50% of its stock by the start of the season. In this way, if a new fashion trend appears, the company can immediately react and quickly produce what customers really want and look for. If there is no demand for a certain item, Zara can simply discontinue production. Low levels of stock and a frequently updated offering reduce the company's risk. This makes customers want to visit Zara shops frequently, given that the collections are changed relatively quickly. Another key element in the company's strategy is that Zara produces its clothing mainly in Spain and in Europe, where we can find the larger portion of its retail stores. This enables shorter lead times and faster replenishing of stock, with turnaround as short as 2 weeks. Higher production costs are offset by the reduced amount of money the company spends on advertising. This is a strategy model that is original, hadn't been implemented before, and a true success story. Things aren't always as rosy, though. Sometimes, companies make wrong strategic choices and struggle to adapt to a changing environment. Kodak is a well-known example of a company that could not adapt to the changing business circumstances. In the late 19th century, the American company invented the roll film, which easily replaced the old photographic plates. The company was perceived as an emblem of industrial innovation in the U.S. Kodak was a leader in a market it had pioneered. Sounds great, right? For many years, Kodak dominated the photography market and was the leading company in the industry. However, about 20 years ago, film photography started to decline, and Kodak made a losing bet. The company did not capture the potential of digital photography on time and, instead, focused on investing capital in new technologies for taking pictures with mobile phones. This did not work for them because it meant running away from their niche and missing a fantastic opportunity. In retrospect, we can definitely say Kodak did not invest in developing digital cameras as much as it should have, but other companies did. Japanese companies such as Canon, renowned for their market innovations, quickly embraced digital photography. Kodak failed to recognize the competitive environment was changing and underestimated the importance of digital photography. Such strategic mistakes are more than costly. The company filed for bankruptcy in 2012. The two stories we saw here are good examples of the importance of strategy, And it's no coincidence the strategy module is the first one in this course. These are some of the most critical decisions a company must make. They are as important as having the right direction is for a ship in the ocean. If you don't sail in the right direction, you probably will not get where you want to be. It's the same with companies. Excellent strategic decisions get you where you want to be.